guys, this is Daphne Quay, your boss lady realtor and investor here in Austin, Texas. And today I am going to share with you information about the Bee Cave neighborhood just west of Austin. Before we begin, make sure to watch this video till the very end because I'm going to show you a home that I sold in less than 8 hours. I did. Let's do it. Let's check it out. Talking about the Bee Cave neighborhood. Before we start, I do videos like this one all the time. I'll do videos on investment, Austin neighborhoods, and market updates. If you want to be notified and want to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the Central Texas area, make sure to hit that subscribe button and obliterate the like button. I'm waiting. Let's begin. Like I mentioned, today we're going to be talking about the Bee Cave area. Bee Cave, Lakeway are in some portions like literally touching, so some of this information is actually going to kind of overlap. But bear with me because it's all very valuable information. The town of Bee Cave is located about 25 minutes west of downtown Austin, just a shot across Highway 71. It has always been a highly desired and highly coveted suburb. People like Bee Cave because it's got newer communities, it's got some really beautiful scenic areas, it's really peaceful, and it's also known for its highly rated schools. There are several master planned communities, which means these communities were developed by builders and of course developers, and they have nice sidewalks and the yards are nicely taken care of and the community areas are very well manicured. And actually a lot of the developments have really nice community centers and community pools, walking trails. It's just a really comfortable, chill place to be. So the name Bee Cave I feel like is kind of silly, and I've always wondered where it came from, and I looked it up the other day. And I got this, thank you to the Google. The area derived its name from colonies of Mexican honeybees that lived in the banks of Barton Creek and Little Barton Creek that encompass the large area of western Travis County. One minor thing to point out, the city of Bee Cave is singular. The street of Bee Caves is plural. Bee Caves Road and Bee Cave Township. If you didn't know, now you know. Who says that? My crew and I went out to Bee Cave and we basically just recorded a day in the life of me, really, not necessarily somebody that lives there, but of somebody as a realtor who goes to Bee Cave to check it out. One of the main things in like the Lakeway / Bee Cave area that is really popular is the Galleria. The Galleria is basically, it's a shopping center. It's similar to the Domain. If you watched many of my other videos, I talk about the Domain nonstop. It's like a shopping village, an outdoor shopping center. And the Galleria, which is in the Lakeway area, has several boutiques. There's some businesses that office out of there. There are some bigger box type stores as well. My personal favorite is that the Galleria has a Whole Foods, which I super duper love. Whole Foods is another thing that I talk about all the time in videos. We stopped at Whole Foods, I got some coffee, got some snacks, and then we hit the ground running. One thing I do want to say about the Galleria, it's got some convenience stores, which are cool to have in a neighborhood, and then it's got some cool restaurants. One of my personal favorites is Buenos Aires Cafe, which is an Argentinian restaurant. They have really good meat and different sausages and stuff like that, and then they've also got wine. Also, the Galleria has a couple different coffee shops, which is very convenient. I think they're more local brands, so they're just quirkier, cooler options than just going to like a big brand coffee shop. Then they've got like more well-known stores, like there's a Claire's there, there's a Banana Republic there, there's an Ann Taylor Loft, they have Dick's Sporting Goods, there's a Dillard's. I mean, it's really basically a shopping center, just beautifully set outdoors. In the center of the Galleria, there is a town hall, which I think doubles as the library. And then there's a really big patio yard space. It's just tons of open grass space where people run around. There's kids running around. People bring their puppies. I think people have picnics there. And it's a really cool, comfortable area to sit in and hang out in, grab some ice cream or some coffee, and hang out on a beautiful day. Almost directly across from the Galleria, there is this little gem of a park called the Bee Cave Sculpture Garden. Blink and you'll miss it. It's across a small highway, Highway 71. And there's another shopping center there. And behind that shopping center, there is the Bee Cave Sculpture Garden. I had heard about it. I'd never been before. Since we were out in Bee Cave, I figured we might as well go check it out. And we did. Finding it was kind of a doozy. My car's GPS didn't really know where we were. And we weren't anywhere crazy. It's not like we were like way into the country. It just didn't know where we were. So it kept telling us like we would drive into the shopping center and then it would say like turn now onto unknown road. And we kept missing it. So finally I was just like, I'm just gonna take my car's advice. I'm gonna go into this unknown road. And we turned in and we did find it. It's behind this shopping center. And there's just a bunch of, I would say, random sculptures there. Some are cuter than others. Some are, I don't know, creepier than others. But when we were there, there were people hanging out. I think there were some girls having a picnic. There was a family running around. So if you're looking for a little space to explore in the Bee Cave area, try the Bee Cave Sculpture Garden. Check out the footage we got. Major attraction in the west side of Austin is Hamilton Pool, which is right off Hamilton Pool Road. Hamilton Pool is, I mean, it's basically a natural springs and waterfall. It's beautiful. I could not get in the day that I went because I found out that you have to make a reservation like months in advance, which I had forgotten about. So I'm gonna show you some stock photography of what Hamilton Pool looks like. Look at that. Looks like those people are having fun playing in the crystal clear blue water, which you're not really allowed to do right now anyway because I think bacteria levels are too high due to the winter storm that we had about a month back. And here's some footage of me walking in front of the Hamilton Pool sign. Here I am all happy, and here I am pouting. But seriously, Hamilton Pool is absolutely beautiful, and it's a really popular touristy spot. It's made all sorts of top to-do on travel lists all around the country. So yeah, Hamilton Pool is about 20 minutes outside of the Bee Cave and Lakeway area. And now let's just talk about the real reason we're here today, because you saw the title of my video, How I Sold a Home in Less Than 8 Hours. Okay, well, let me start by saying that the Austin housing market is super hot right now. I have a video called Buying a Home in Austin Very Hard. I'm gonna put the link to it somewhere up here so you can watch it. Anyway, there's a ton of demand in the Austin housing market. Homes are selling very quickly. We have very low inventory. I have this home that I listed on a Friday morning. I think we went live at 9 a.m. And I want to say by 10:45 a.m. I had a realtor who sent me an offer well over 100 grand over asking. There was a pretty significant amount of back and forth between the other realtor, myself, my client, and then the other realtor again, and then I'm sure his clients as well. We were able to get this home under contract in about 8 hours. I did mention that the housing market is really hot. However, this home is also super beautiful, and I have got a tour of it for you. So here we go.
So we are in the Bella Colinas neighborhood in Bee Cave. This is one of my new listings that just hit the market. Let's go check it out. I'll tell you more about it. Since this used to be the builder's model home, there are a lot of details as well as special bonuses throughout the home. Stick through, watch the tour with me. I think you'll really appreciate what this home has to offer. Along with tons of space, vaulted ceilings, 6 bedrooms, the home also has a chef's kitchen with a gas stove for those who love to cook and entertain. Another really cool feature about this one is that there is a second staircase right here. Hold on. So I told you that there were 6 bedrooms, which there are. Bonus number 2 is this home has a really well-sized office area for those who work at home. So I told you guys that there were bonuses all over the home, but my favorite one is number 3, the privately set media room. Come on in. Like I mentioned before, this home sits on almost 1/3 of an acre, and as you can see, there's tons of space to install your own private pool. However, if that's not your jam, there's also the community pool located right across the street.
I do have to say that this is an exceptional house. It's really nicely designed. It was the main model home for Meritage, which is one of the builders that was in the Bella Colinas neighborhood when the development was being built. The special thing about the model homes is that they are typically completely decked out. They tend to have higher end finishes on everything. They tend to have really nice landscaping, bigger yards, like some of the better positions in the community. So this neighborhood, I feel like, is a pretty good representation of the Bee Cave area. It's newer, it's got a luxury feel to it, it's got decent amenities. It's a pretty friendly neighborhood. People go out for walks, they take their dogs out for walks. I think something you could typically expect in most suburbs. So there we go. We've covered a lot of ground in Bee Cave. We went over the Galleria, the Bee Cave Sculpture Garden, Hamilton Pool, my beautiful listing in the Bella Colinas neighborhood. So if you are thinking about selling a home in the Bee Cave Lakeway area, if you're thinking about buying a home there, feel free to reach out. You can reach me via email, text, Instagram. You can leave a comment, whatever works for you. If you're thinking about selling your home or relocating to the Bee Cave area, I got you. And also please make sure to click that subscribe button and destroy the like button. Thank you. Till next time.